Hi. Those who know me know that I'm a techie. In fact, I've always been a techie, going back to the 70s when I started working with computers. I learned to program, or as you say today, code. And when a hard drive was the size of a washing machine, and I could connect to a network on a 300 or a 600 baud modem. Those were the days. As much as I love my iPad Pro, I still love reading books on paper. Many thought the book industry was going to die, at least books on paper, as it would all be digital. Well, that's not the case as many would believe. So stay with me here, and let's see how the book industry has really changed. Before I talk about specifics, let's take a look at the book industry as of 2023. In the past, it was almost impossible for an unknown author or a small publisher to publish a book due to the expense of traditional printing, that being the offset process. Digital technology like inkjet printing has changed all of that. It turns out the book industry statistics reveal that self-publishing is becoming a major trend in the industry. Now, unknown authors and small publishers can get their books printed, bound, and in a bookstore like Amazon. The book I am holding is an example of that. Self-published and sold on Amazon, all thanks to digital technology, which can print one copy or as many as needed. It turns out that a recent survey found that 86% of book publishers currently use digital printing to produce some or all of their books, in large part because of digital ability to overcome a number of challenges publishers face with the offset process. The ability to handle everything from roll-fed printing to heavier paper stocks to full-color spreads in a range of formats is changing the game. The primary method of printing books over the years has been the lithographic or offset process. The advent of offset printing goes back to the 19th century with the invention of the lithographic stone. But it really took off in the late 1940s. At that time, offset was the ideal method of printing large quantities of books with consistently high quality, which was a key for feeding a post-World War II appetite for books, particularly the trade paperback. But the drawback was you needed to print a lot of books to make any money on them. So printing short-run books was not advantageous at all due to the cost at that time. Digital inkjet presses were introduced to the book manufacturing space in the late 1990s as a faster and cheaper alternative to offset. Digital print technology eliminated the need for the large prefabricated offset plates that offset printing requires, which made printing short-run books cost prohibitive, hence closing the doors for that unknown author, small publishers, or special type books such as books on the economy or some book on photography or cooking. Book printing has totally changed with the development of digital technology. For a large number of book publishers, digital was thought at one time to be a code for poor print quality. But innovations and improvements in digital print make it possible for publishers to create offset quality books in a faster, more efficient, cost-effective way. In fact, it turns out that a recent survey found that 86% of book publishers today currently use digital printing to produce some or all of their books, in large part because of digital's ability to overcome a number of challenges publishers face with offset. Now publishers can even merge the various digital technologies by printing the book's text on inkjet and the cover or coated inserts on liquid toner or dry toner-based technologies. Today, the speed, efficiency, and offset comparable print quality helps printers provide a high-quality, consistent product in a cost-effective way. Now that problem for the small unknown author or small publisher changes. The advantages include the ability to significantly reduce the costs and waste of warehousing or disposing of unsold copies. And digital print makes it viable now for small publishers and self-published authors, again, to publish their work in a much more economical way. Let's face it, you can't talk about digital print technology without discussing print on demand, or POD, which allows printers to produce a single copy of a book in real time as orders are placed. Print on demand can also help ensure that a title never goes out of print. The book I am holding is an example of POD. The author had served in World War II, and over time wrote about his experiences. He only wanted to print 100 copies of the book. To do this by offset was totally out of the question, due to the high cost of only printing 100 copies. But printing the text inkjet and the cover on a liquid toner-based press, the overall cost was well below what printing via offset would have been. Not to mention, very little waste. You can see that the number of self-published books has increased by 264% in the last 5 years. And this surge can be attributed in part to platforms like Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, which can produce and ship print on demand books in less than 48 hours. By the way, this book was sold on Amazon and actually had a second printing. The popularity of the POD model is not likely to dismiss anytime soon, especially as more authors and small publishers realize the benefits of printing books on an as-needed basis and selling in a more direct-to-reader kind of way. Gutenberg was probably the first book printer when he printed the Bible back in 1452. Many think he invented the printing press, but he did not. He invented cast movable type. He just modified a wine press into a printing press. Now, there are some in Wisconsin, however, think it was a cheese press, not a wine press. What he did, however, changed the world. In the year 1452, there were approximately 30,000 books in the world, all written by monks in monasteries. Remember that old Xerox commercial? After the invention of movable type by Gutenberg, 50 years later, there were approximately 9 million books in the world. Unfortunately, Gutenberg died broke, never really knowing what he did or how he impacted the globe. But that's for another story, and maybe I'll do an episode on that in the future. The book industry is really changing, and all for the better. Small publishers, authors, and readers are all benefiting from books being printed with digital print technology. As a side note, and speaking of printing, I am holding the latest quarterly copy of Accent Opaque's DYK, or Did You Know publication. If you receive this publication, you can see the excellent print quality, and I mean excellent, that Accent provides, whether it's offset or inkjet. Use your phone camera to snap the QR code on the screen to be taken to the learning page of the Accent Opaque website to order a subscription to this awesome, and I mean awesome, publication. And while there, check out all the other goodies the site has to offer. Also, when it comes to inkjet printing, Accent Opaque with ImageLock is exactly what is needed, as the print performance is simply outstanding. Check that out when you're on the Accent website as well. Well, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what the heck are you waiting for? So hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so you are notified of all new episodes. And if you got something out of this episode, give us a like. With that, I'm Jim Kohler, Slavamo's Paper Professor, and I do hope to see you in the next episode.